What presents have you received for your birthday?
A few from my wife and my kids. Yes, a few things, but uh, yeah, happy about it. Yeah,
And
thank you.
now you get the gift of us.
Yes, blessing with that. Yeah.
Can you go through the some of the injuries that helped some of the guys that you we talked a little bit about on Tuesday? TRE looked like he trained today. He's good to go.
Yeah. Jamal Tiare is good to go. He's cleared with the protocol, and today he trained full. So yeah, he's good.
And Ozzy and
Ossie's
Tyler.
back. Ossie was back today. Was his first day in full, and yeah, we expect him to be available as well.
Tyler?
Tyler not yet, progressing very well because his pain tolerance is really high, so he tolerates a lot of pain a lot, and so he's progressing very well. We just need to be cautious with that pain tolerance, like the injury is not there and we are just forcing things just because he doesn't feel it. But yeah, he's progressing very well.
And any concerns about the guys who came back from international duty, or did they all look good to go for training and for Saturday?
They all look very good, happy. I think most of them had minutes and they had good performances. Of course, Gigi's goal and Shavba's assist, and Miles yesterday's performance, Wednesday's performance was very good. Bram. I mean, tough results for him, but he played both games, no problem. So, yeah, we have some momentum with those guys as well.
Knowing you could face Cincinnati in the playoffs, how much do you show on Saturday against them?
What do you mean in terms
Like
of
like
tactics
set
or?
pieces or tactics or something you're thinking about for the playoffs that you might want to work on a little bit.
Yeah, we're working on us more than are we facing Cincinnati or not, or other teams may watch. I mean, we have played 33 games now. This is going to be the 34th. What surprises we can do? Yes, a couple set pieces, a couple maybe tactical adjustments, minimal, because now for me it's about continuity and momentum and getting the players ready, mentally ready, sharp. They have to feel how good the team looks when we play good. They have to feel that. They have to see that when we have the connections on the left, Shande, Caleb, Thiago, we look very good. When we have the connections on the right side, whether it's Edwin or Isaba, Brooks, like we look very good. Gigi is a fantastic finisher. The double pivot, Rossetto, Tristan looks very good. The backline looks more solid every time. So I think they have to perceive that and now try to go with some momentum, continuity, more games, more preparations, and taking this one very seriously because it can be the last preparation before playoffs. We know the first game will be away in playoffs, so we can take this one as the best preseason we can have against the best team in the league away, and then if we can win away against Cincinnati, I think we can beat anyone in playoffs. So that's the mentality and how we're trying to approach this game.
Since Leagues Cup, y'all have given up the second highest expected goals allowed in that time span. Why has that happened?
Well, the games presented like that. There were some games where we lost control of the game, and then we allow a lot of big chances, which is not always about expected goals, but having above 0.2 chances, those are big ones. We don't want to allow those. If it is 20 yards from outside of the box, very far, it's not a problem. Maybe the sum of that will be high, but it's not an issue for us. It's more about giving up those big chances. What worries us. But at the same time, if you look at the last 9 games, right, since Seattle till now, and you count goals, 4 goals against, our goal differential is pretty good. And I would say that that's also important, that we have punch. Maybe we're a little bit at times unprotected, and we're trying to work on that balance in transition, how we can prevent some of those tactically, but also the reactions. But it's important also that when we have the chances, we score the goals. And I think, again, the players need to feel that we have that punch where, you're boxing. We're a guy that team that any moment we can put the guy down because we have that punch, we have that power in attack. So we need to feel that and use it in our advantage. But, of course, trying to limit the big chances for the opponent.
You and Mateus both mentioned control. What does it look like when this team loses control, and how do you regain it?
We look very bad when we lose control of the games. We look very bad, and that's the thing. I think when we are on the ball, we're in possession. Normally we have control, The thing is, at times when we are not in possession of the ball and we are not well organized and we start just individual efforts on trying to press at the wrong time, not cohesive, not organized, we look pretty bad. And we need to solve that one. We need to work on that. Sadly, we didn't have big parts of the lineup in the last couple of days, but Tuesday we'll start to work on some of those and how we can be more solid defensively in those moments where when the opponent has the ball, we are just in a good block, we are tough to beat, tough to pass. I think if we solve that little thing, again, attacking wise, we are pretty good. So yeah, the control for us is very important on and off the ball.
Whose job is that on the field to tell the guys, nope, don't do that. Let's.
It's on all of us. Number one, my job and my responsibility is to give them the organization. They know the shape, they know the structure, they know the triggers, they know when to press, when to organize, when to come back to the 4-1-4-1, 4-5-1, 4-3-3 shape, depends on the opponent. And then it's again the leadership command that we always talk about, right? Goalkeeper, center back, center mids, and 10 at times, but how the guys in the middle, on the back, see everything so they can organize everyone one line ahead. So we try to work on that. At times doesn't happen because the game is fluid and all that, but again, those are the little things we need to fix before playoffs.
What have you thought of the press recently?
I think at times he's more aggressive, and there are some stats that are encouraging, some stats that I don't know are not so encouraging. For example, we don't regain so many balls in the opponent's half. We don't regain many. I think also we force a lot direct play because of how we press, but we are one of the teams that allow less passes of the opponent. A few weeks, last time I checked, we were the team that allows the less passes and the less accurate passes in the league. And some of that is the type of pressing that we do. We also are secure with the ball. Our possession is pretty good at times. So it's both ways. The pressing, I think, is some area of opportunity that we can be even more aggressive at times, but at times understanding when we don't need to be so aggressive and maybe just understand the middle block, very solid, hard to beat, hard to pass. And then the opponent, they have to do the job. They have to try to balance us, and that is always the process that we go through.
Shande and Shavba have flipped a couple times, which wing they're on. Any particular reason for that? I believe it's happened a couple times where Shavba has ended up on the left.
Probably more from the run of play, something like that happens, or set pieces. At times that happens in set pieces, and they know they have to stay there at the moment in the next couple plays, and when they have a chance, they switch. No tactical reason. What I know, I won't move that much is Shavba and Shande. Normally Shande will be on the left, normally Shavba will be on the right, but Edwin is one that can play on both sides. Derek is another one that can play on both sides. Tyler is another one that can play on both sides, but the other two probably I would try to keep them more one on the left, one on the right.
Any particular reason?
Because I think both the big part of their careers play. Shavba is very direct on the right side. His crossing is pretty good. He's very effective also cutting inside and shooting. We saw that in Dallas. And Shande, I think also the combination with Thiago, Caleb on that side give us a lot of creativity movements. And when he cuts inside, Caleb overlapping, wall pass, Thurman pass with Thiago, they create a lot on that side. And I think if I change a bit that dynamic that they already have. But I think Edwin can be good with either or. Can be good on the left, on the right. His skills are one guy that can make very good runs in behind, but can dribble inside, outside. So he's more flexible in that sense.
Considering this away match and then the lack of home field advantage, is there anything you're doing differently to kind of mentally prepare the guys that they're not going to be playing at home as much as possible?
Yes, we already talked about that. Actually, probably you're scouting my sessions with them because we're talking that in the film, how we are approaching mentally to these type of games. They know the sequence we're going to have in the first phase of playoffs. In the quarterfinals, we're going to have away, home. But if we do a good job, it can stop there, right? And that's what I told them. If we make a statement now, we beat Cincinnati, which is a big task. We send them a statement that whoever we face in the next stage, and we beat them, then they have to come to the bench. And now is that double sword. How you say that?
Yeah.
And it is like it can be an advantage for us if we win the first one. Then we come here and we secure the spot winning at home. So it can be one of those that we can play mentally with that situation, because it's not advantage, disadvantage. It's just a situation. We can make it 2 games only. We don't have to make it 3 games, 2 away, one at home. So it's that mental battle that we go through, how we do to make sure we understand how to secure 3 points away. And it's that mentality. A lot of that is mentality. A lot of that is the reactions. When we lose the ball, the transition moments, being switched on in every little moment of the game, the restarts, the free kicks. We saw what happened in Philadelphia. We switch off for 6 minutes and then the game was over almost. So it's understanding that the reactions, the mentality, the concentration, the focus has to be there in every action. That's playoffs mentality.
How important has it been for you to be able to have the depth on the bench and not just like subs for guys, but the ability to change games with your subs?
That's very important. I think that's very important because, again, I was talking about Derek or Edwin before. I mean, we lost a little bit matchup and Tyler a little bit there, but now we also have Jamal, we have Miguel. We know Purata can be an starter at any moment. Ronald can play on both sides, left back, right back. We have Amar, we have a Gianni, we have a lot of pieces there, Santi. We have a lot of pieces there that at any moment can come and not just play the role, but actually improve the role and be a true game changer. So blessed with that opportunity to have in this part of the year a good roster and to have options from the bench to change the outcome of the games.
And the last one for me is just your mindset in this time of the year where you might have a lead late in the game and how you want to close a game off. And I know a lot of times you're going to want to do that with the ball, but do you have different ways, whether it's tactically or not, to close games out?
Yes, we have that. Periods of time you saw that we were playing backline 5, and especially when we didn't have a couple players in attack, we start to try that back 5. We earn some points with back 5. It's not about always the shape, the tactics. It's about the mentality, understanding every wall goal sided. We have to defend the advantage and a little bit extra defending, maybe chasing when we have the opportunities to have the ball more than the opponent. Great. When we don't, because the opponent is overloading us a little bit, we have to be able to absorb that pressure. Tactics matter at times because if we put an extra center back there, who's good in there, like Purata, we can secure the game there. We have Purata, Abraham, Miles there, 2 wing backs that are very aggressive to press goal kicks, the crosses, and then the midfielder, whether we would do 3 or 4 midfielders there to overload the middle. It's more challenging for the opponent when they are chasing a goal. So once we start to hit those, next week, very likely we'll start to work on those scenarios to make sure that we understand how to close down games.
Doug, last one.
Did you ever hear from the league about your comments about Chilowitz?
No.
Did you ever find or anything?
No.
Are you surprised?
No, because what I understand, because I start to check that, is as long as I don't insult or anything like that, or because also what I didn't say was on purpose, or it was something always against us or something like that. Is something that happened. I actually mentioned something like it's just maybe bad luck or whatever, but it feels like many times is on us. But that happens to many teams. You see some games and bad calls are for both teams. So it's just we were hit in that one with 2 particular plays that we felt that could have been penalties, and they didn't. But I will leave it like that. I think it was just frustrations expressed out of multiple games where we didn't get good calls, and that's it. That's the end of the story. Okay. Thank you.